Welcome to Root and Rewire, a grounded, mystical space for awakening, remembering, and becoming. I'm Kayla, and here we explore the shifts, the stories, and the synchronicities that reshape us from the inside out, along with the mystical, the unseen, and the magic that's woven into everyday life. Take a deep breath, soften into yourself, and let's begin. Welcome, everyone, to the third episode of the podcast. Happy end of year of the snake. Really curious to see if you've reflected on this past year and identified what you've shed, what's fallen away, what clarity have you received. As I reflect on my past year, I've noticed how many things have fallen away for me. But these past 2 weeks have been the most chaotic, allowing me to face the lessons that I've learned for the year. And it was almost like rapid release, where every day something came in for me that allowed me to see just how ready I was to remove these things that are no longer contributing to my soul's highest and greatest growth. I'm really excited to be here today, and the sun is out today, and it truly feels like a fresh start after these last 2 weeks. I don't know if you guys have felt the intensity, the quickness of it all, the discomfort that was underneath the surface. Today's podcast feels like a great end. I wanted to talk about one of the greatest lessons I've learned these last 2 weeks. Before we begin, I invite you to just arrive here with me. Wherever you are, however you're listening, allow this to be a moment of return for you. There's nothing you need to prepare for, nothing you need to brace against, nothing you need to understand before you are allowed to rest. If safety has been calling to you lately in your body, your thoughts, your dreams, know that this is not a warning, but instead it is a remembrance. It's a quiet invitation to come home to yourself. And as we move through this space together, let what resonates settle gently, and let everything else pass through like water. You are already held. You are already guided, and you are safe to be here. I wanted to talk about something that has been very loudly, but very clearly showing up for me lately, the theme of safety. And it's not safety in the way that we're used to thinking about it or usually talking about it. It's not really preparedness, not protection, not certainty, but safety in the body, safety in yourself, your home. Because I've noticed that when things feel uncertain, when there's change, there's unknowns, or even just a sense of what's coming next, some of us may start to look outside of ourselves for something to grasp and hold on to
show our nervous system that we are actually okay. And I want to gently explore what happens when we decide to bring that sense of safety back into the body, back into your sense of self. And I believe most of us were taught either consciously or unconsciously that safety comes after something is secured. And when we think about it, we think about, okay, after the plan is made, I'm safe. After this task is complete, I'm safe. After the money is in my bank account, I'm safe. After the relationship feels stable again, I'm safe. After everything is figured out, I'm safe. So in this process, the nervous system has learned to wait for safety. We wait to relax. We wait to exhale. We wait to feel grounded. And safety then becomes something that is conditional. Something that we earn, that we achieve, that we protect, instead of something that we just decide to inhabit. And without realizing it, we begin outsourcing parts of ourselves, especially our sense of safety, to things outside of us. So if you're like me, if you are a constant overthinker, a constant overachiever, someone who has found safety and worthiness through preparation, through promotion, through getting things done, then welcome. You are seen here, you are safe here, and this may be a very important podcast for you. I had never thought about my sense of safety. I've thought about my nervous system. I've thought about slowing myself down. I've thought about how to keep myself grounded in times of chaos, because it's easy to declare that I'm grounded now. I'm choosing softness now. I'm choosing to stay in myself now. It's easy to declare those words out loud, right? And when life seems easy, it's easy to think that we are integrating that lesson. But when things get chaotic, we start to notice this is very deeply ingrained in me. This is coming from not just the last few years, but since I was itty bitty, since I was in elementary school and I had report cards. And that's when I like to say shit gets real. And this has been my journey for the last 2 weeks. Things were picking up externally. As we're moving into the new year, as we're settling into the holidays, the energy of the snake, the year is ending. Things are happening and boiling underneath the surface, as they were for me. And things did just start popping off. And a great example of that is my car situation. And it was in that car situation, amongst many other things that popped up each and every single day, that I had a moment where I caught myself in that pattern. I noticed the anxiety rising. I noticed the thoughts worrying as I was laying down for sleep. And not because something was actually happening, but because I didn't know what might happen. I realized the fear wasn't about danger. It was about uncertainty. It was the belief that if I didn't know what was coming, if I wasn't prepared, keyword, I wouldn't be okay. Then something shifted in me. I was having a meltdown because my car situation was happening, but I had a lot of same theme arising in my friendships, in my intimate partnership, in my job. And things felt so out of hand, I needed to take pen to paper. I needed to get my thoughts collected here. I needed to get myself neutral because there was something that I wasn't seeing that I needed my body to connect to. I needed to understand. And as I was writing, I came upon the theme of safety. And I asked myself, when was the last time I didn't fully prepare for something and it went horribly, horribly wrong? And the answer was, I can't think of one. Because even though I wasn't prepared, I still made it through. And even if it wasn't the outcome that I expected to have, even if it still went poorly, it didn't go so wrong that everything in my life collapsed, which is what my brain seems to think happens if something goes wrong. That's what my brain seems to prepare for in the worst case scenario. I realized that no matter what, prepared or not prepared, great outcome, horrible outcome, I was always there for myself in the end. I was there for myself. I made it through because of me. And I realized that a while ago, I had made a declaration to be my own home base. I desire to be brought back home to myself and reminded of my own power. So naturally, when you declare something in your life and you start making an effort to shift, what happens? Things start showing up. Things start happening that show you how far you've shifted. It's giving you an opportunity to fully shift, to fully alter yourself. And that's exactly what was happening to me. In order for me to be back into my sense of self, into my home base, I needed to realize that safety lies within. Something external can happen. I could lose a bunch of money or have to spend a bunch of money on maintenance on my car. I could lose my partner. I could lose my best friend. I could lose my job. And yes, there may always still be a lingering part of fear. That's being a human. But instead of my nervous system being prepared to train myself to fear the worst and prepare for the worst outcome, instead, I looked to that situation as, this is a great opportunity for me to come back home to myself. This is a great opportunity to declare myself as my own home base. Because no matter what does happen, no matter what the outcome, I am still safe in me because I always have myself. So the universe will reveal outsourcing patterns. In this lesson that I'm learning of safety, it's revealing how I'm outsourcing my own safety. And I started seeing it in my relationships where I was looking for reassurance instead of self-trust. I saw it in my planning where I believed preparedness was the same thing as safety. I saw it in external systems as spending money on my car, the timing of getting my car back, the certainty of what's going to happen and when it will happen. It showed me where I'd quietly placed my sense of okayness outside of myself. And this wasn't happening to scare me. It was happening to show me, to teach me. When you declare something, when you declare you want to come home to yourself, the universe will lovingly reveal in what places you've been living outside of yourself. So here's what I've come to understand. Safety is not the absence of a threat. Safety is the presence of self. It's knowing that no matter what unfolds, you will not abandon yourself. You will instead stay connected. You'll listen, and you will respond in real time. Safety lives in your ability to stay with yourself and not controlling the future. Let's see this as an example for those that like examples. I love examples. So let's say you had a similar situation with your car. You have a really old car nearing 160,000 miles. And every time you get into your car, you're subtly bracing for when that car will die. Your car has a maintenance issue. You need to take it to the shop. Now you're thinking, is it time to buy a new car? Or is this the beginning of the end? Do you place such a sense of safety in this car? This car gets you to work. It gets you to your best friend's house. It gets you to Starbucks to get a coffee. The moment your car is in the shop and you are afraid for what's going to happen to you, that is how you know that your sense of safety is no longer in yourself and in your body, but instead in whatever the outcome of the car is. And that is where you're leaking your power. Ideally, if that situation happens, we're able to get ourselves neutral enough to know, no matter what, I'm going to be good. I'm either going to have my old car that is still functioning, or I'm going to have a brand new car. I'm going to be fine. And in the meantime, I'll get a rental. In the meantime, my neighbor will take me to work. I'm okay. I am good. And your body isn't bracing anymore. Your body relaxes. This is where we can lean into fear versus intuition. How do we know when we're tapped into fear or we're tapped into our body and our sense of home and our intuition? And this is where discernment becomes important, right? Because fear is loud, fear is urgent, and fear lives in that what if? What's next? Intuition is quiet. Intuition is soft and grounded. It lives in what is true right now. Intuition doesn't need certainty to function. It needs presence. It needs you. Let's do a little embodiment practice. As you're tuned in right now, I invite you to try something simple. I want you to place a hand on your heart. If you're driving, just take a big deep breath. And ask yourself the question, do I feel safe in this moment? If the answer is yes, wonderful. If the answer is no, also wonderful. But tap in to see, why do I feel unsafe? What wants to come up for me? And see what comes up. Is it a fight? Is it uncertainty in your relationship? Is it a financial issue? Whatever the answer is, it's important that we don't try to fix it. Instead, we ask, what part of me needs presence right now? What part of me needs me to show up? When you're able to come back into your body and get somewhere safe, you can bring up whatever it is that is not allowing you to feel safe right now and explore what is the best case scenario of what's happening right now. And what is the worst case scenario of what's happening right now? Whatever happens, is it a threat to my sense of self? No. Why? Because no matter what happens, I will be there to hold myself through it. No matter what happens, I will show up for myself. And I understand it seems easy. When I was in the middle of it, it wasn't easy. But why was that so beautiful? And this is the important lesson of whatever is showing up. Why is what is happening to me the most perfect and beautiful thing that's happening to me? Because it's showing me how I'm outsourcing my sense of safety. Because it's showing me how I'm outsourcing my worthiness. But what's the truth instead? That no matter what, I will be okay. No matter what, I'm here for myself. There is a part of us that wants to be ready for everything. And that part of us is so loving. And it's trying to protect us because it did at one point. But the deeper truth is you don't need to be ready for everything. You need to be with yourself through everything. And it's okay to declare that what's been protecting you is not your truth anymore. That you don't resonate with that anymore. I love you. Thank you. But this is my truth instead. And that's what coming back home to yourself is. So if safety has been showing up for you lately in your body and your dreams and your thoughts, let this be an invitation not to control more or hold on tighter or prepare harder, but to come home instead. Because nothing external needs to change for you to be held. You're not waiting for safety. You are remembering it. This episode was a breath of fresh air for me. It seems like a close to my last 2 weeks and a brand new start to integrating my lessons. I admire you for seeing your truth. I admire you for questioning. Is this fear? Or is this intuition? And allowing yourself to take the lead now. Remember, things that happen outside of you or even inside of you are showing you something. And there is beauty in that. So take each as a lesson to come back to self. As we close, I want to remind you of something simple and true. You are not meant to carry the future on your shoulders. You are not meant to be ready for every single thing that could happen. You are meant to stay with yourself. When you choose to become your own home base, life may show you where you've been living outside of yourself, not to shame you, but to lovingly guide you back. Allow safety to soften into your body now. Let certainty release its grip on you. And allow your breath to remind you that you are here. Nothing external needs to change for you to be okay. You are not waiting to arrive somewhere safer because you are already home. And you are in control of your own life. Thank you guys so much for being here with me. If you're listening to this before the holidays, happy holidays. And a reminder, you can always reach out to me on Instagram. I would love to connect with you. I would love to chat with you. And I would love to be a sister if you need one. I will see you in the next episode. Mwah. Thank you so much for your support and tuning in today. If this episode supported you and you would like to share, or if you're just looking for someone to connect with, you can find me on Instagram at Soil and Soul Sister. I hope to hear from you. I would love to hear from you. And until next time.